Just switch on your cameras and tell me quickly the topic. Then I will tell you accordingly which group will be presenting first. Okay, very good. Okay, so Pushkar, what is your topic?
Ma'am, immunization.
Immunization, fine. Then Harish, your topic?
And transmission of
Transmission of
diseases.
the diseases, fine. Okay, then who else? Okay, Ayushi, what is your topic?
Ma'am, principles of treatment and prevention.
Again.
Ma'am, principles of treatment and prevention.
Acha, both you have covered. Okay, principles of treatment also and
Yes, ma'am.
principles of fine. Okay, then
Prevention.
okay. Who else now? So 3 students are visible to me, 3 leaders are visible. What about others? So these 3 leaders are only forming the groups. Means all members are of.
Ma'am,
Kinjal?
AIDS, its causes, means of transmission and prevention.
Okay, your topic is that one. Okay. So now, without wasting time, now we will start. Now, children, try to keep your lecture notebook in front of you. Put today's date. Okay, so Rumisha is not there. Fine. Okay, so we'll check it. Now, I find that 4 students, 4 leaders are there. So 4 topics can be taken up according to the time. Now what we'll do, each and every student will keep the lecture notebook open, will note down the topic, what the students will be presenting, and the whole content, what they are explaining, you will have to note down. And at the end, I will be giving the questions, and those questions have to be completed in the fair notebook. Okay, so now the topic which we will take up first, that is Harish, your topic. So you can start with your group, the presentation.
So we
You
have
have
to
to
present
present first. That is transmission of diseases, means of transmission of diseases.
I thought that it was roll number wise.
No, nothing like roll number wise. Okay, it is topic wise.
Okay, give me some time. I will.
Okay. It will not be roll number wise, children. I said each and every group should be ready. Actually, first topic which we should take, that is health and factors affecting health. So which group has taken the health and the factors affecting health?
Groups of section A, 9th A.
Whose is it? It will be 9th A. Okay. So 9th B has taken the topic. So first we'll take up the transmission of diseases. Then we'll take up the prevention. So Ayushi, then you will be presenting. So be ready with your group.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you know how the diseases are spread, so then you will be able to understand how you can prevent the diseases. Is it clear? So by the time he is preparing, and all other members are there, Harish, your members, so just coordinate and you have to present it. Acha, one thing now I want to tell you all children, thoda sa hum introduction de dete hain. This why do we fall in chapter is covering all the factors which affect the health. Okay, you know that health, what is the meaning of health? Health, generally we think that it is just that body is free from diseases. But remember children, if the body is free from diseases, that we do not consider it as health. We do not consider the person if free from diseases as healthy, because the other 2 aspects are also important. When we define health, we take up that is physical, mental and social well-being. Now, physical well-being, when we say, so it includes your physical health, that is, body is free from diseases. And when you say the mental health, means that your mind should be free from all tensions and worries. This everyone must have observed कि अगर कोई भी बात हो जाती है, किसी से भी कोई भी हमारे मन में टेंशन है, तो it directly or indirectly affects your health. Your systems get affected by those tensions and worries. So then ultimately health will be affected. And the third factor which we take up is the social. Social well-being is also equally important. Social well-being will include, that is, your good relationships with all your family members, your neighbors. Okay, and when you take up in the wider aspect, you find that our relationship with the neighboring countries, that will also be affecting our health. Is it clear? Because if the neighboring countries, we are not in harmony with the neighboring countries, you have seen in Kashmir, what happens? Okay, the people are entering, the people are hurting the other. Okay, so that is affecting ultimately the health of a person. So there has to be harmony with the friends, family members. Each one of us should be in harmony with the friends, family members, neighbors, and then when you take up to the states and the different countries we are related to. Followed? So we consider health as the physical, social, and mental. Okay, physical, then mental and social well-being. If all the three are well, so you call it that person is healthy. Followed. Now, what are the factors affecting health? So you find that some external factors are there, some internal factors are there, which affect the health. Follow? So those factors will be, now for example, your diet. The most important is your balanced diet. If you are not taking the proper balanced diet, so then the body suffers from many deficiency diseases. Proper growth will not be there. Proper development will not be there. So the diet is very important. Apart from diet, then your hygiene is important. If the person is not maintaining the proper hygiene, then many problems come. Many infections may be there. So personal hygiene is one part of it. Community hygiene is one part of it. Personal hygiene, when you take up, it means that you yourself keeping your body clean. That is a personal hygiene. Okay, so taking, you know very well, now you're a 9th standard children, you all know taking the regular bath, brushing your teeth, cleaning your ears, then trimming your nails, followed, and then keeping your clothes clean. That all comes under your personal hygiene. If anyone is lacking, you know it will be inviting many pathogens, and the pathogens will ultimately entering the body, causing the diseases. Same way, not only the personal hygiene, आपने अपनी hygiene तो maintain कर ली, but अगर आस पास में आपके घर के कचरा है, आप जहाँ जा रहे हैं वहाँ पर hygiene नहीं है, तो then that will also start affecting your body, children. So personal hygiene is one part, community hygiene is one part. You know, in our locality, you have to see how the drains are maintained. What is the method of disposal of the waste which we are producing daily in our houses? So proper disposal system होना चाहिए. What type of water is supplied to you all? Okay, water has to be clean and fit for drinking. Sometimes the water may be dirty from where it is coming, that source is not proper. So then that all comes under community hygiene. Followed, everyone? So we take up personal hygiene, community hygiene. I will be giving the questions, and these are such topics, children, which you can write it yourself. Okay, now we take up some internal. So some internal, so I told you, I said first one, that is diet should be there, hygiene should be there. Then next write down, if you are noting the things, keep a record of what we discuss in the class, children, that will help you in answering the questions when I will give you the questions. Okay, then you know your the body parts means your stomach not working, the glands are not working. Diabetes is such a disease. When the pancreas does not work properly, the hormones are not secreted in the right amount, so the person suffers from diabetes. Okay, the blood pressure problem is like that only when the heart is not working properly. So the malfunctioning of different organs will cause the diseases or will affect the health. Malfunctioning of organs, that is one factor. Okay, then the diseases may be caused or health may get affected due to some accidents. It may be due to some accidents. Person, suppose one fall from a tree, so then fracture, again affecting the health. So these are some accidents also which can affect the health of a person. Then the lack of exercise, your lifestyle, that also affects your health. You are not getting up early in the morning and keeping yourself awake late night. That will again disturb your biological clock and will start affecting the health. Okay, so regular exercise. Next is your regular exercise. Lack of exercise will again affect the health. Okay, your lifestyle I said, so your sedentary lifestyle. आप पूरे समय बैठे रहते हैं, तो that will affect. Then next is your bad habits. Okay, bad habits includes yours, that is smoking, drinking, consuming the alcohol or tobacco. That all will affect the health of the person. Okay, some people have the habit of taking the drugs or taking all those, what you call it, all the time they keep it in the mouth. What is it? बोलेंगे क्या? टोबैको पूरे समय और बहुत कॉमन है, जो आजकल तो छोटे छोटे बच्चों को भी हम खाते देख रहे हैं. What is that? Pouches you get it. What is it? क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
Vimal.
Vimal, okay. So many different types are there, and these are not good at all, children. Okay, so it has to be. It's very important, children, why we are discussing this chapter. It's not only just to get the marks. Why they have added this in the syllabus, so that children are aware of all these things. Is it clear? आपको पता होना चाहिए हमारे हेल्थ को मेंटेन करने के लिए हमको किन किन चीजों का ध्यान रखना है. And no one will tell you now. Mummy will not be after you, Papa will not be after you, brothers, sisters will not be after you. You have to take care of yourself now. And you have to take care of each and every aspect of the health. Okay, your society, your friend circle, that all you have to monitor. कोई नहीं जानेगा कि आप कहाँ किससे मिल रहे हैं. That you have to take care that I do not meet such people who may force you to get indulged in all these bad habits. Is it clear? So that's very, very important, children. So try to withdraw yourself from such habits, or keep yourself away from such friends or such people who may take you to these bad habits. Is it clear? So that way, that it's a very, very important chapter which you have to keep it in mind throughout life, children. It's not only just to get the marks followed and pass 9th standard. That is not the aim of studying this chapter. It is for the whole life you have to keep these things in mind to maintain your proper health. Okay, and health is the most important thing, children. Health nahi hoga, so you will not be able to do anything in your life. You are coming to the school because you are healthy. If you are not healthy, you will not be able to attend the school. Okay, you will not be able to enjoy any activities of your life. Okay, you want to enjoy the parties, you want to enjoy the marriage parties, attend the different functions. That will be possible only when you are healthy. Okay, the person who is not healthy will not be able to enjoy anything. So it's the most important thing is your proper health. So do not ignore your health. Do not ignore even a small thing, what you are eating, what you are doing. Everything has to be monitored, keeping in mind whether it will be good for my health or it will be bad for my health. Is it clear to you all? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Correct,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So, keeping that thing in mind, try to listen to these presentations. Okay, and you can add up also if you wish in any of the topic. Followed, and you have the freedom to ask the questions also. Those questions will help us in clearing the things and in discussing something which comes to your mind related to that topic. So feel free. Is it clear? You will get the marks, all that will be there, the part of it, but सबसे important क्या है कि हम उस चीज को समझ पाए and we can remember it for the whole life. So now Harish is ready with the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now you can start and everyone will note the things. Okay, they will be presenting the slides, they'll explain. So others will keep noting. So take down the topic what they are presenting and then content also. Okay, so Harish, now you can start. All the best.
Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, yes. Good. I can see the screen. Everyone can see the screen.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So note the topic, children, transmission of diseases. It's very, very important. We have to be aware how the diseases get transmitted from one person to another.
Dhruv? Yes, actually, I was not able to unmute. Now, disease
Ah,
transmission. Disease transmission is a process, is a passing of communicable diseases from an infected host, from an infected host individual or a group to a conspecific individual or a group, regardless of whether the other individual was previously infected.
Ma'am,
So,
yes, yes.
ma'am, what's conspecific?
Huh. Now see that is the specific only. Then
there are mainly two types of transmission of diseases. There are direct transmission and indirect transmission. In the image, you can well see some different modes of transmission of diseases.
Direct transmission, person to person. When an infected person comes in contact with or exchanges body fluids with a non-infected person, a mother can transmit infections to the unborn child via the placenta. A sexually transmitted disease such as gonorrhea can be transmitted by direct transmission. Harish, change the slide.
Yeah.
Spread by skin. There are a few infections such as chickenpox, conjunctivitis, head lice, ringworm, etc., which is spread when the skin of an infected person comes in contact with the skin of the other person.
Now, Dhruv.
Spread through body fluids or blood. A few diseases spread when the body fluids or blood of an infected person come in contact with the mucous membrane or bloodstream of an uninfected person. Diseases such as hepatitis, HIV, cytomegalovirus infections, etc., spread through semen and vaginal fluids, saliva, breast milk, urine, etc. Droplet transmission: the droplets spread during sneezing, speaking, and coughing by an infected person can spread infections. The infections can also spread by touching the nose and mouth with the hands contaminated with infectious droplets. The droplets are so minute that they travel only a short distance before falling. The people nearby might contract infections.
Now, Dhruv.
Now the next is indirect transmission. Here we'll cover some indirect modes of transmission of diseases. Indirect transmission refers to the transfer of an infectious agent from the reservoir to the host by suspended air particles, inanimate objects, bracket vehicles, or animate intermediary vectors. Indirect contact transmission occurs when there is no direct human to human contact. Contact occurs from a reservoir to contaminated surface or objects or to vectors such as mosquitoes, flies, mice, fleas, ticks, rodents, and bugs. Some examples of this is malaria, rubella, and SARS-CoV. SARS, ma'am, actually I'm not able to see the name. Wait.
Good. Okay.
In indirect transmission, there are mainly three types. There are mainly three types.
Oh,
In indirect transmission, there are three different modes of transmission of diseases. Indirect. There we have vector-borne diseases. Next is vehicle-borne diseases. Then we have airborne diseases.
Okay. So
now
what is the
airborne.
okay, continue.
Now, airborne transmission of indirect transmission. Airborne transmission is an infected exposed to those virus containing respiratory droplets comprised of smaller droplets and particles that can remain suspended in the air over longer distances and time. For example, for some viruses and bacteria, airborne transmission is a highly effective mode for spreading infection. Examples include Mycobacterium tuberculosis, the bacterium which causes tuberculosis, rubella, the virus that causes measles, Varicella zoster, the virus that causes chickenpox, and the SARS-CoV-2, which causes COVID-19. Although these infections can be transmitted at close range, they are also efficiently and frequently transmitted over longer distances. The term aerosol has been used both to define respiratory droplets of a certain size, example smaller droplets and particles, as well as to describe the collection or cloud of these respiratory droplets in the air. Airborne can be used to describe any size particle capable of traveling through air. For respiratory droplets, that can include droplets that are close to the source and those that have moved from farther away. However, most infectious diseases and public health experts use the term airborne specific to the airborne transmission. Now, pathogens are mainly transmitted through close contact, that is, contact transmission and droplet transmission, but can sometimes also spread via airborne transmission under these special circumstances. These are enclosed spaces within which an infectious person, either exposed or susceptible people at the same time, or to which susceptible people were exposed shortly after the infectious person had left the space. Now, prolonged exposure to respiratory particles, often generated with expiratory exertion, for example, shouting, singing, exercising, that increase the concentration of suspended respiratory droplets in the airspace. Third, inadequate ventilation or air handling that allow a buildup of suspended small respiratory droplets and particles. Indirect transmission, vector-borne diseases that result from an infection transmitted to humans and other animals by blood-feeding arthropods such as mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. Examples of vector-borne transmission include dengue fever, West Nile virus, Lyme virus, and malaria.
Good.
Some These are also some examples.
Uh,
Some examples of zoonotic viruses, viruses which are caused via animals to humans. For example, anthrax, brucellosis, and hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, listeriosis, cytocosis, rabies, salmonellosis, trichinosis, and Q fever. And some examples of vector-borne diseases, for example, dengue fever, Lyme disease, malaria, plague, lapsing fever, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and rabbit fever, flea-borne endemic, West Nile virus, and Zika virus. Now, food and drinking water. Harsh, Harsh, are you there? Okay, if Harsh is not there, then
okay, Harsh is not there. Fine. Okay, okay. So
Okay, I'll read.
Dhruv will continue. Okay. Who else is missing in your group, Harish?
probably Ekta is there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So Ekta will not be able to do na. ठीक, Ekta's slides are different. Okay, okay. So means 5 members are there in your group, Harish?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. ठीक है. तो Dhruv can continue this one. Then Ekta will take her part.
Foodborne diseases are caused by consuming contaminated food or drink. Microbes and toxic substance in contaminated food. There are more than 250 known foodborne diseases. There are more than 250 known foodborne diseases. The majority of infection are caused by toxin chemical containing the food. Now, how bacteria get into the food. Bacteria may be present when we purchase them. Example, meat, seafood, and eggs are sterile. Foods including safely cooked or ready to eat food when we can be
हाँ.
related with bacteria. Which bacteria are responsible for foodborne illnesses?
These are some examples.
Now there are some bacteria which are mainly responsible for illnesses, the foodborne illnesses, the diseases. First, Campylobacter jejuni, Clostridium
Botulinum. Okay. No need to read it. Children, these are all the different microbes, bacteria, some fungi are there, which cause actually, common may we call it as food poisoning. Okay, the food poisoning is caused by all these different microbes. Okay, the common one is your Clostridium botulinum. Okay, Salmonella, Streptococcus A, these and then E. coli. These are 4 ones are the common ones. Okay, which usually cause the food poisoning. हम कॉमन में बोलते हैं ना कि फूड पॉइजनिंग हो गया. तो whatever food you are eating, they are infected by these bacteria. Good content. Okay, continue now. Next slide. So the slide is showing that how you can prevent that. Okay, because they multiply between 40 to 140. तो हमको क्या करना है? That's why it has to be kept in cold. Okay. Nice. Then next.
Indirect transmission, transmission through animals.
Okay.
This one, Ekta.
Transmission through animals. A zoonosis, zoonotic diseases or zoonosis plural is an infectious disease that is transmitted between species from animals to humans or from humans to animals. Illness associated with animal contact. Rabies. Rabies is a disease that affects the nervous system of mammals. It is caused by a virus and is typically spread by an affected animal biting another animal or person. Rabies is a fatal disease. It cannot be treated once symptoms
Symptoms.
appear. Luckily, rabies can be effectively prevented by
Vaccine.
vaccination. Blas- Blastomycosis Blastomycosis is a rare fungal infection usually acquired by inhaling the spores of a fungus that can be found in wood and soil. Ziticosis infection with clam,
Chlamydophila.
Chlamydophila.
clam,
हाँ,
Chlamydophila
Sikashi.
ptaceae formed by is caused of systemic illness in companion birds kept by human as pets, and cruelty. This illness is often referred to as avian
Avian. Avian chlamydosis. हाँ, that is
also known
in the
as
birds.
psittacosis or in ornithosis and parrot fever in birds. Contaminated objects formats are inanimate objects that can become contaminated with infectious agents and serve as a mechanism or transfer between hosts. The classical example of a format is a park water fountain from which many people drink. Infectious agents deposited by one person can potentially be transmitted to a subsequent drinker. However, many objects that we come into contact with can serve as foments, doorknobs, elevator buttons, handrails, phones, writing implements, keyboards, toys, in a daycare center, etc. Medical instruments like syringes can also transfer diseases. HIV can be transmitted through contaminated syringes used by an infected person to a healthy person. Even a stethoscope can be served as a vomit if is isn't cleansed.
Correct.
Now, Karthik.
Yes. Indirect transmission, environmental factors. Infectious agents are present in soil, water, and plants. All viruses share the common ability to transmit from person to person, which is influenced by the environment in which pathogen and host meet. Important factors such as climate, humidity, temperature, and airflow on the transmission of
human respiratory viruses. Example, hookworm is transmitted through contaminated soil. There is a diagram you can see.
This represents the transmission of hookworm from
Yes.
intestines.
Very good. Means from the soil it is entering into.
Here's just a recap of all this. Kartik.
Transmission of diseases topic. There is a recap. There are two types of transmission: direct transmission and indirect transmission. Direct transmission is the transfer of infected agents from an infected host or reservoir to an appropriate entry point through which human infection can take place with direct contact. Indirect transmission refers to the transmission of an infectious agent from a reservoir to a host by suspended air particles in animate objects like vehicles or animate intermediates such as vectors. That
Now, here some extra COVID-19 awareness, transmission, and precautions. Dhruv.
Yes. Transmission of COVID-19. The COVID-19 can spread directly from person to person when a COVID-19 case coughs or sneezes, producing droplets that can reach the nose, mouth, or eyes of another person. Alternatively, as the respiratory droplets are too heavy to be airborne, they land in surface objects and surfaces surrounding the infected person. It is possible that someone may become infected by touching a contaminated surface, object, or the hand of infected and touching their own mouth, nose, or eye. This can happen, for instance, when touching doorknobs or shaking hands and then touching the face.
Correct. So this should be known to everyone now.
What is to be taken? The best way to prevent and slow down transmission is to be well informed about COVID-19 virus, the disease it causes, and how it spreads. First is clean your hands regularly. Next, cough or sneeze in your bent elbow, not in your hand. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Limit social gatherings at the time spent in crowded places. Avoid social contact with someone who is sick. Clean and disinfect frequently. Harish, actually the last line is not visible.
Touched objects and surfaces.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so very good presentation. So all members contributed for this in this slide preparation, Harish.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody contributed their part.
So the slides are made by different all members now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's nice. So good content. You all have searched a lot and you all have taken up in detail. That's very nice. So now other students who are listening, I hope you got a broad knowledge or a vast knowledge about the transmission. But when you summarize, you find that direct methods are there and some indirect methods are there. So I give you one question, write it down. So the question will be, mention the means of transmission of diseases. Mention the means of transmission of diseases. So you will not write that much in detail, children. You will simply take up in short what are the direct methods and what are the indirect methods. Is it clear? And give few examples. Followed? Okay, now we find that 10:43 it is. And we will not be able to start with the new topic, isn't it? How much time Pushkar will be taking. Pushkar, your topic will take how much time? How many slides are there?
Ma'am, 14 slides are there.
14 slides are there. And Harish,
Maybe at least 20 minutes.
how many slides you had?
I'm 23.
23, huh? The slides were too many. Okay, okay. And Ayushi, how many slides you are having?
Ma'am, 20.
20, you also have more. Okay, children, don't try to take up too detail. Okay, try to cut short. Because other group leaders try to do that. Okay, you try to make it little shorter. मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 15 slides करो. Don't take it more than 15 slides for
Ma'am, can
each
you
topic.
repeat the question?
Yeah,
Ma'am, there are 33 slides in my presentation.
it's too long then.
Ma'am,
What,
Ma'am, there are more topics.
what is your topic?
Types of diseases.
So you don't take up many diseases. Okay, types of diseases are there. So you are classifying the types of diseases on what basis?
Ma'am, into acute and chronic and non-infectious and infectious and
Okay.
types of diseases classified on the basis of causal organisms.
Okay, okay. So that way it is becoming too lengthy. So causal organism part now try to make it short.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, causal organism just take up two bacteria, two fungi, two viruses. Are you getting that way? And try to cover up those diseases which are given in the textbook. Okay, because so
Yes,
many
ma'am.
viral diseases are there, so many fungal diseases are there, then bacterial diseases are there. We will not study all. Okay, try to stick to those bacterial diseases, those fungal diseases and viral diseases or nematodal, which are given in the textbook. So it will become short then. So Romisha, do
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Okay, because we cannot
Ma'am,
study the, Kinjal?
in my I have only 14 slides, so it will take only 15 minutes.
Acha, that's nice. But already it is 10:45 children. So next period then, what is your topic, Kinjal?
Ma'am, AIDS, its transmission.
Okay, okay. Right. That's also very important topic for the exam. Okay, so we'll take up now next period. The other topics, we'll do Shanti Part children. So for today, what is the question? Yes, Archie?
Ma'am, some topics are taken by A section, so how will we study that topics?
Acha, that. I'll give you the questions and I'll give you the explanation. Okay. Don't worry about those topics. Followed now? And if it is possible, see, for you all, to you are having the separate period, but other class, I will be taking the extra periods. So if that extra period is not in the school timing, so I can invite you all also if you are interested to listen that. Okay, because I'll take up the timing, I'll give them the time, means not in that school timing. Follow, then only the presentations will be done. So if you all are interested, so I can give you the invitation. Okay, that can also be done. Understood? Okay, so now we'll do Shanti part, children.